The cosmic space is vast. Despite all the innovations that are brought to light every day, science has not evolved enough to reduce the time taken for interplanetary travel. Scientists have not discovered a continuum in the universe, as outer space seems to go on and on. They have possibly not even deciphered a quarter of what is out there. It takes years and years to journey between the faraway cosmic bodies and undergo space exploration. It would take multiple human lifetimes to even get close to discovering a considerable chunk of the cosmic space, and to make some progress with the current average speed the technology provides. But what if we tell you that the eccentric SpaceX founder has cracked the code and unearthed a way to turn the world of physics upside down? What if you find out that one of the NASA scientists has invented a new way to travel at light speed? What we are about to tell will shock you. Let's explore the new Lightspeed engine by SpaceX with NASA in today's video. First, let's talk about what is keeping humans from fulfilling their space dreams. There are two limiting factors currently at play. First, the technological limitations of the present don't permit scientists to make that leap. In order to understand it better, we need to chew over a little on the existing space technology. The record for the spacecraft traveling at the fastest speed is currently occupied by NASA's Juno, from when it traveled for the Juno mission to Jupiter at a speed of 74 kilometers per second. If you think this is phenomenal, prepare to be shocked with the next piece of information. A probe to the nearest star, Proxima Centauri, will take about 17,151 years at the aforementioned speed. Unfortunately, neither can a human survive for that amount of time, nor has a spacecraft that can accelerate at those speeds, large enough to carry a human, been invented. Space exploration is an exhausting feat in the given current circumstances. To provide a concrete picture, a round trip to Mars would take about 21 months on average, according to NASA. You can only imagine how long it would take to reach faraway planets in the universe, and upgradation in space technology is the need of the hour. Humans have been dreaming of setting up a civilization on different planets. These ambitions are also shared by Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who wants to establish settlements, schools, financial transaction systems, and jobs on Mars. We all know that he's not someone who believes in the impossibility of technology. In fact, if you didn't know already, the foundational inspiration behind setting up SpaceX is to make life multiplanetary. Musk believes that humans cannot afford to not make life multiplanetary, as a single cosmic mishap could wipe out and lead to the extinction of humans. Thus, it's no surprise that SpaceX and NASA have officially released the Lightspeed engine discovered by one of NASA's scientists. It is referred to as the helical engine by NASA scientist David Burns at the Marshall Space Flight Center in Alabama, who conceptualized this idea. Burns has posted a paper to NASA's technical report server explaining the concept. Well, we know about the questions that may come to your mind. What does NASA plan to do with such a technology? What technology will go behind the making of such an engine? Will it be able to use fuel, or if not, what will be the propellant employed by the engine? Will it be able to carry humans at that speed? Watch till the end to find out the answers to these questions. Coming back to the existing hindrances, the second limitation to space exploration is the laws of physics, which make advancements seemingly impossible. According to the notion of momentum conservation, a system's momentum remains constant without any external forces. This is the reason why space automobiles make use of blasting propellants at one end to provide enough thrust to travel in the other direction. No actual space technology has been able to defy physics laws. Will the helical engine finally defy physics to make the Lightspeed engine a reality? Before we dive into answering this question, please subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell to never miss any update. The helical engine is not the first time scientists have tried to come up with an engine that violates the laws of physics or operates at non-realistic speeds. The EM drive was NASA's primary initiative to develop a similar engine. But what is the EM drive about? Basically, the EM drive, also known as the radio frequency resonant cavity, the Q drive, and the impossible drive, is a concept developed in 2001 for the thruster, according to which rockets can be pushed without the need of an external propellant. It was brought forth by Roger Shawyer, a British chartered electrical engineer with 48 years of experience in the space and defense industries. To put things into perspective, the spacecraft, according to this concept, would not undergo propulsion and consequently exhaustion as well. What this model will do is it will generate thrust using microwaves which reflect internally within a closed chamber. This model disregards the law of conservation of momentum and some other fundamental scientific concepts. Why this device is bizarre is because all rockets make use of the law of conservation of momentum. In layman's terms, the law of conservation of momentum means that in order to set something in motion, it needs to be pushed off using thrust. For instance, airplanes push themselves off the ground using the thrust created by running on fuels. Rockets push themselves off the ground by pushing parts out of their back to make them go forward. That being said, explanations of how the EM drive functions are beyond the current understanding of physics. Some claim that it interacts with the quantum vacuum energy of spacetime. Contradictions, however, exist, as the quantum energy of spacetime does not permit anything to push off of it. Others claim that our existing understanding of momentum as a concept is incomplete. Well, maybe it's an altogether new arena of physics that we haven't touched upon, or a simple exception to the law. Nonetheless, what makes the EM drive sketchy is the lack of credible explanation surrounding it. There's no official or verified information on how this principle functions in actuality. The inventors of this initiative have chosen to keep mum on the subject, not elucidating on how the thruster would work, or what components will it require to function. The reason why we compared the case of EM drive to the helical engine is that the EM drive 2 had created a lot of traction and curiosity in the space world during its inception. This time around, however, David Burns claims to have found the solution to make the impossibility of a light-speed engine a reality. The engine itself would be able to get to 99% the speed of light if you had enough time and power, claims Burns. The paper hasn't been professionally reviewed. Fellow scientists have certainly expressed their skepticism on the workability of the engine, which defies the laws of physics. However, Burns has vocally spoken about the potential of his work. "I'm comfortable with throwing it out there," he says. "If someone says it doesn't work, I'll be the first to say it was worth a shot." Finally, let's talk about how the helical engine will work. Imagine a box on a plane surface with no friction. The box contains a rod on which a ring can slide. Now imagine a spring inside the box which is pushing the ring towards a direction. Thus, as the ring slides towards one way in the box will also recoil in the other. After the ring has reached the end of the box, it will rebound backward, which will then also change the direction of the box's recoil. This is the demonstration of the third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. This principle will prevent the box from bobbing back and forth. Similarly, if the mass of the ring is greater on one side when it slides in one direction as compared to the opposite direction, it would push the box with a greater thrust toward the former. As a result, the action in this case would exceed the reaction, leading to momentum. Moreover, Burns' theory simply benefits from the fact that physics does not deny the concept of changing mass. According to Einstein's special relativity theory, objects gain mass as they are driven towards the speed of light. This impact is accountable in particle accelerators. How we would apply this is by replacing the ring and the rod in the box with the particle accelerator for the lateral and circular movement. The ions in the box would then be swiftly accelerated to a relativistic speed during one stroke and decelerated during the other to create momentum. This implementation would require the accelerator to be shaped like a helix. The chamber would also need to be very large. It would be 656 feet long and roughly 40 feet in diameter. Moreover, to produce just 1 Newton of thrust, 165 megawatts of energy would be required. This amount of thrust is employed when we type on a keyboard. Thus, it would require a humongous amount of power and time. Martin Tajmar, a physicist from the Dresden University of Technology in Germany, who has performed tests on the EM drive, says, "All inertial propulsion systems, to my knowledge, never worked in a friction-free environment." Even Burns admits that his concept is highly inefficient. He says, however, "I know that it risks being right up there with the EM drive and cold fusion, but you have to be prepared to be embarrassed. It is very difficult to invent something that is new under the sun, and it actually works." Let us know what you think about NASA and SpaceX's light-speed engine in the comments below. Thank you for watching.